This video is going to be about BFR, which stands for blood flow restriction training, otherwise known as occlusion training. This is a tool that's really not that commonly used, so we wanted to make a video to kind of go over how it works and why we use it, because again, a lot of people aren't very familiar with it. So the basic premise behind blood flow restriction training is to wrap something around a limb, whether it be the arm or the leg, to restrict blood flow at a pressure that blood can get to the limb, but it can't get back from the limb to be reoxygenated by the heart. What this is going to do is it's going to create an oxygen poor environment in the muscle, and it's going to create a buildup of metabolites that's been shown in the research to have beneficial effects on strength and size. We would use this in a number of different scenarios. So you might have it programmed if you're an athlete who's recovering from an injury and going through a rehab program and is trying to maintain strength and size even though you can't lift very heavily. It could be used in a deload week where we want to kind of go after type 2 fibers and strength gains, but we don't want to lift heavy loads if we don't have to. We could also use it for someone who's trying to go simply after hypertrophy and size gains. It could be really a few different things. Those are just a couple examples. So what I'm going to do here is show you first with the arms what we do. So we're going to take wrist wraps here. This is probably the most effective way and the easiest way and the cheapest way. Researchers use a device called a Katsu, which can cost upwards of $10,000, obviously not practical. This has also been looked at in the research for a more practical method, so wrist wraps are perfectly fine. For the arms, what you want to do is you want to wrap it around the upper arm, so at the very top of the bicep and at the bottom of the shoulder, right about right there. And you want to wrap it at a pressure that on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being no pressure at all, 10 being like cutting off feeling in your arm, you want it to be about a 4. Alright, so not tremendously tight, alright, just enough to get a little restriction. Alright, so we're going to go here, grab that for me. We're going to go the other way. That. Grab that. Alright, so we're going to put it on here. And he'll just kind of give it a feel, maybe curl it a little bit, see how tight it is, if it needs to be adjusted at all. Is that good? Fine. Okay. So again, we're looking for about a 4 out of 10. Alright, and then we'll do the other arm. Alright, same area. Grab that. So you might need someone to help you out with this. Good. Make sure it's the same on both sides. About the same. Yeah. Okay. Alright, so then we probably program a set of, say, curls, tricep extensions, something like that, a bicep, tricep, arm exercise, something like that. You could also potentially do shoulder exercises, maybe even a chest exercise. It could be programmed with a few different things. The way it would be set up is similar to a myo-rep set, actually, which we've already done a video on. But it's something where you would use a very light load, about 30% of your 1 rep max. And you would do very high reps, so probably about 30 reps in the first set. That would be your activation set, and then you'd do mini sets following that. So you'd have 30 seconds of rest after that first set, and then you'd do a mini set of about 15 reps, and then you'd do consecutive mini sets after that with 30 seconds of rest in between each one, out until you can't really maintain that 15 reps. So it's usually anywhere from about 2 to 4 mini sets. Anything beyond that's probably a little bit excessive. All right. As for the lower body, we're going to use something that's a little bit longer so we can get a little bit more pressure. These are knee wraps. Again, this is the most practical and easiest method to use for the lower body. All right. On a scale of 0 to 10 for the legs, we actually want a 7. So it's going to be a little bit tighter. Again, the legs are thicker, so to really occlude blood flow in the vasculature in the legs, we need to get a little more pressure than we would in the arms. Alright, so we're going to go nice and high on the legs. You want it to be right under the gluteal fold. We're going to pull a chair up here so you can kind of see where it is on Rob's legs. But it's going to be right under the fold of your buttock. Alright, so we're going to kind of occlude here. And you could do this under your shorts. It would probably be better, but we're going to do over it just for the sake of you being able to see here. Good, and just tuck that in. Good. Alright, this one you can probably do on your own. So you'll see it's nice and high on his leg. Alright, so if he stands up, it's going to be right under the fold of his butt. All right, and again, he wants to make sure that it's about a 7 out of 10. So again, it's tighter than the arm, but it's not so tight that it's cutting off, feeling in his arm or in his leg, or his leg starts tingling or anything like that. All right, it's imperative that we remove the wrap after the last mini set, so we want the blood to pool in the arm. That's what creates a lot of the hypertrophy effects, or the gains in muscular size. So we want to make sure that after each exercise that we have BFR programmed, we want to take off the wrap and rest.